what's up, everybody? This is Austin, back at you with another episode of The Life of Detours. We're actually on the business of detours today with my buddy Harrison Jones over here, a.k.a. Mr. SpaceBass himself, dude. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Yeah, say what's up to the people, bro.
How are you guys doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing pretty well.
Yeah, they probably are, I would think. I mean, you had a pretty rough day, but I hope everybody else didn't have quite the same ordeal there.
Hey, I wouldn't hope so. I hope so, at least.
Yeah. So what happened to you today? That's what I want to hear about.
Man, it went from just doing like a simple oil change and tire rotation to finding out you have like about $6,000 worth of damage to your car. And
what?
it's kind of crazy. So I dropped it off, and then about 1:30, and this was at 7:30 this morning. Mm-hmm. And so I dropped it off, and then they had it for just a little bit. And my tech guy, he texted me, and he was like, "Hey, so before I proceed with like anything, because I did ask him to do a 4-point inspection or whatnot, just because it's at 130,000 miles for my Challenger." So I was like, "All right, let's just get it kind of checked out." And they, I guess when they put it on the lift, so I guess my shocks, they like decompressed, and it just shot all the oil out of all of them.
What?
So like I guess they were kind of broken already from there, and so then they were inspecting, and they saw that my drive shaft was just like flopping around, just rotating, just blah blah blah. What? And he was like, "So that's damaged right there." And so that was rough. And just on top of that, I had a misfire with spark plugs, so I would need new spark plugs. They had like a gasket was like stuck open apparently as well. And keep in mind, I just got back from driving from Dallas, so there's no way. Like,
you took the Chalet to Dallas?
Yeah, and I just got back, and I just drove it for 30 minutes to the dealership. So I was like, I don't believe this.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, it's pouring oil everywhere," and I'm like, "You guys totally screwed my car up. Like, something's fucked up right now."
It seems
no. They're like, "No, I promise. Like, we'll leave it on the lift. You can come back here and you can inspect it, and we'll show you exactly what I mean." And so, sure enough, like I somehow drove it all the way to Dallas and back, probably with that my drive shaft messed up and my shocks kind of on their last leg. So
Jesus, dude. So what are you gonna do? Like, you're getting it fixed, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it in like parts. So like the shocks and whatnot, that stuff isn't like I don't have to get that fixed right away. It's more than just the drive shaft, because I could deal with having like a rough ride per se, because it's basically for when you're driving. Now, drive shaft, thankfully I got some family help on that one, because at the time I was like, that's $1,800 I can't fix.
Oh, Jesus,
so,
yeah.
But we're getting it taken care of.
That's what's up. Okay, yeah. Damn, dude. So you said almost $6,000 worth of shit right now, dude? Yeah,
about roughly. I'm getting a couple more estimates, so
yeah.
We'll see. I mean, hopefully it'll go down as well.
Dude, but the fucking Chalet is so sexy, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You got the white one, right?
Yeah.
White
with red
the red stripe?
It's got red interior. Yeah, red stripes on the outside and red interior.
Oh, man. I just had like a flashback, bro. I sold mine.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought about it just because like getting up there in miles, and the way gas was, it's just outrageous. But
are you rocking a V6 or V8 in that one?
It's a V8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely then, bro. Yeah, because I had the V6 and I could get 25 on like the highway sometimes, but those V8s just eat it up, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the way that it's tuned, I can get like 22 if I'm really just cruising. Or at least I used to. Hopefully after like all this engine stuff that we're gonna like maintenance over time, it'll get better. Doing some like coolant flushes and whatnot, so we'll see.
That's what's up. Okay, so we're still rolling with the Chalet. We're gonna get her fixed, get her back to 100. We're gonna go.
I'm gonna run her into the ground at this point.
Hell yeah, bro. Ooh. Yeah. Damn, dude, I just miss mine so much, bro. That just damn.
Right.
Yeah. But wait, so go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I've kind of grown attached to this car. Like prior to that, I've had other vehicles, but nothing like kind of have that attachment you get to. I've had to this one, I should say.
What did you have before?
I've had a 2012 GMC Sierra, so like a truck, but that one was lifted, and I'd done a couple of things to it, surprisingly. But that was a whole different me back then.
Yeah.
And then,
Sounds like a country, bro. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, might have been.
Oh, got the mud
living on a
tires
farm
on
a
it?
little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then just another, like, my first truck whenever I was 16, so
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
Well, I mean, you're still like a country boy at heart, aren't you?
I mean, if I had a farm and I could go out there and go, yeah, I would definitely spend my time in the woods.
That's what's up, bro. Okay, cool. So I do want to ask you, so I'd like to hear the story because you came down to Dallas, and I basically completely missed you the whole time you were here, except for like the day you went to leave.
It was a kind of a hectic day. So Friday when I left, I went to work 9 to 5. As soon as I got off, me and my coworker, who her family is from Dallas and she's from Dallas, we hopped in my car and just drove straight there. And as soon as I got into town, which was probably 10:30, 10:45, I dropped her off and immediately went to a concert. Well, I didn't eat, nothing. I just drove straight to Dallas and went to see two artists, Notlo and Recno, play in Deep Ellum.
That was a
really
Deep
cool.
Ellum art company, right?
Yeah, I've never been there before, but that place was so cool. Like the artwork that they had on sale and that from different people was really cool. And it was crazy because it was all astronaut themed. I was like, this. They just want me to spend money over here.
I swear they got SpaceBass in the house, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and throw this shit up real quick. Let's get him to come back and DJ for us.
It was cool. If it wasn't $600-700, like, I totally respect the price and everything. It's just I didn't have that kind of money on me to buy something. I was like, oh my God.
Right, dude. I remember that, dude. Whenever we went and watched Lapalux. And, dude, there's some sick art in there, bro. But, like, I was looking at some of the prices. But some of them are, like, really big, intricate pieces. So you totally get it. But I ain't got money like that, though. So.
Same.
Yeah. I'm sure they probably sold all of them. They probably had a really good night. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Especially with the kind of money that there is. I mean, around in Dallas especially.
Mm-hmm. So you went to see, you said Notlo?
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? Recno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're both up-and-coming, I would say, bass producers within the EDM community. Recno bigger than Notlo, but she's still, I mean, they're both, up-and-coming and pioneering in their own sound, so.
Well, Katie was talking about Notlo being, like, she's apparently really, really cool, though. Like, her sound is pretty wild, and, like, she's just cool in general, apparently, so. Yeah,
she's super down to earth, and I mean, she was the reason I went to the concert. At first, I was really unsure if I was going to make it because they don't normally post set times or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if this concert's going to end at midnight or if it's going to end at 1 or 2. And I'm like, I really want to see Notlo. I mean, I want to see Regno too, but like, she has music with one of my friends, and so I definitely want to go and see her and support that.
Very cool.
And so I messaged her. I was like, hey, I don't want to be that person, but what time do you come on? Because I know some artists hate that. And she was really cool
sometimes
about it.
You just don't know,
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, you want those people to still support the opening acts, people coming on before you as well. So, and that was her biggest thing. And she let me know, and it was super cool, and we were having conversations and stuff. But seems like a really awesome person.
That's what's up. So you didn't know her before? You said she works with somebody that you know?
Yeah, she's got a couple collabs with one of my friends that I've got music coming out with.
Oh, really? Wait, can you name them or give them a little shout?
It's not yet.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Just because I don't know how he feels on it yet, so I don't want to say or give anything away without talking to him about it too. Just because it is a bigger artist, so. Oh,
right on. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. But so you went to the concert. So you left from Fayetteville. At what time?
5:30, and then got there about 10:30, 10:45, and then I ended up getting to the concert like 11:15, and so from there, I mean, we were at the concert the whole night until 2, and then just kind of called it quits. Went back, grabbed. I swear that, and this is the funny part. My girlfriend, when we woke up the next day, she was like, we had a conversation about what we ate, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we got smash burger." And she was like, "What are you talking about? Smash burger was never in the conversation." I was like, "Yeah, it was. That's where we ate." She's like, "No, we went to Jack in the Box." I'm like, "Are you sure?" She was like, goes over to the trash can, pulls the bag out, and like, sure enough, like, here it is. And I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Wait, did you have some drinks or what?
I mean, just a couple.
So drunk, Jack in the Box tastes like smash burger.
Oh, I guess. I have no idea. I don't even know if I've ever eaten smash burger at this point now. So.
Actually, I don't think I have either, dude. I think there's a fat burger around here, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought there was a smash burger. See, and I could be. I don't know where that came from in my head, but like I swear I saw it on the Apple Maps or whatever.
You probably looked up smash burger and was like, "Yeah, let's go to smash burger." And like, "Yeah, but Jack in the Box is like right there, bro."
Oh, it was terrible because when we got to our Airbnb, which is also in probably like one of the worst places in town, from what I've been told.
Yeah.
Like it was just south of Deep Ellum, and like the area we were in, it just had like a really bad crime rate. Mm-hmm. So. Even our Uber driver was like, "Wait, there's an Airbnb on this street?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he was like, "That's really kind of scary."
Oh, no. Like, yeah, we paid to stay here, bro. Like,
yeah. Like, I was like, whatever. I mean, it was fine for us the whole time, but sure enough, when we got out to go, went outside to get in Uber to go get food, we did hear gunshots right then. It was like,
what?
Yeah. At least, so there was that. But other than that, it wasn't too much of an eventful night after leaving the concert.
Yeah. Okay. Well, right on.
Yeah.
Nice. So you went to the concert. Yeah, that's pretty dope, dude. Yeah.
It was a good time. I mean, it was just like a pre-party for us to go into Odessa the next night.
Yeah, dude.
That was like the real main reason everybody was up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was you, Shelby, Dylan, Katie. Did anybody else come with you?
About 60 other people.
What? For real? Anybody I know?
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, did like Trippy or anybody come?
No.
Really?
But he went to a concert in Oklahoma City to see. It's not an electronic artist. Why can't I think of who was there? It'll come to me.
Yeah,
and I'll try to circle back to.
Yeah.
But no, there was a bunch of people from my hometown, Conway, and then Memphis. We had just like, it was almost like a big family reunion of a bunch of people that go to festivals together. Like we don't all see each other for that often, so there happened to be all of us there for that show. People were flying in from Michigan.
What?
And so, yeah,
that's really crazy, cool. Dude. Yeah.
So we all tried to get together for, if not like a festival, like a couple shows or something. So we have this and then Wakaan.
Nice, dude. Yeah, Wakaan's going to be freaking wild, bro.
I can't wait.
I can't believe I'm not going, bro. Like, it just sucks,
man.
Dude.
That's where actually kind of my whole music career kind of started.
Yeah, I know, right? So we'll circle back to that. Let's get through the let's get through the trip. So you wake up in the morning, turns out you had a Jack in the Box instead of smash burger, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Incredible hangover as well.
Really?
I drank more than I should have for the night before.
He said I had a couple, you know.
I mean,
you ain't got to light a kick, bro. We're all with it.
Yeah, so we kind of laid around for a little bit, and then about 1 or 12, we went and got lunch. Pretty cool place. It was down in Deep Ellum too. It was Punch Bowl, I think it was the name
Punch
of it.
Bowl Social? Yeah.
Yeah, and so that place was really neat. I mean, it's huge, and there wasn't that many people in there, and so we stayed in there and then just went down to like an arcade and chilled for a little bit until, Katie was with I believe your fiance and your little baby at Six Flags.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they drove down here. Kristen took him over to Six Flags and dropped him off and then picked him up, I think, yeah. Yeah,
so they were doing that while we were doing our own thing, kind of split the house up for a little bit.
That's what's up. And, it sounds like y'all did exactly what we did the night before, because Dylan and Katie came down. I met them at Punch Bowl Social. That's the place with the bowling alley in it and stuff like that. Yeah, so I
that's
met
where
him
we got the
there.
idea.
Yeah, so I met him there, and then we went down to Harlow for a second, and then we went to Select Start, and y'all went to Select Start too, right? That's the arcade you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, so basically the same thing, just different time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, we had a good time just kind of relaxing and started to get our drinking on again for
Definitely.
the
A
next
little hair of the
night.
dog, get you feeling a little better there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then went back to the house and got ready for Odessa, and Dylan drove us over there, and we it was so funny. We parked and we pull up and we're right next to the Secchi's amphitheater, and there's people in orange vests and they're like, yeah, come this way, this is the way to the parking lot. We're like, okay. We get up there and like, yeah, that'll be $20 for parking. And we're like, is it like, do you have to pay for all the parking around here? The guy was like, yeah, every parking lot is going to cost money. We're like, okay. And I've never been here, and I don't think they've either been there either. And so like we go and we park, and like we're following this fence line, like metal fence, and I'm thinking like it's gonna like go around this corner, and then we'll be able to go around the fence, because I can see on the other side of the fence is the amphitheater, and that's where all the cars are going. Yeah. Well, as soon as we turn the corner, you just see that it like comes to another fence right here, and it goes right back down to the main road. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Well, I guess these people were like running a scheme on this parking lot, or like gotten permission to like fill up this gated parking lot at this building. And so they were just like collecting cash. And then the next thing you know, we still have to walk all the way around this fence and like walk to the actual amphitheater, to where if we just would have gone like taken a left and gone to the actual entrance, we would have gotten free parking and been right in front of the door.
Damn, dude.
That's
a racket, bro.
I know. Dylan the whole time was like, I'm going to go back and get our money and do that. But at the time, we didn't know if that was like the actual parking lot we could park in, if it was free or anything. So we were just like, let's just kind of like leave it be. This does seem sus, but whatever. Yeah. And then that, like, sure enough, that moment we get up to the gate, like, he just happened to ask, like, was there free parking? They're like, yeah.
Yeah, everywhere.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like... Great.
Just like, so you guys paid for parking? That's weird.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like there was actual like people that were helping traffic on the other side of the fence that were actually working the event in orange vests too. But they never said anything to those people, so it was like they just had a mutual agreement. It's like, yeah, you guys can rip people off, and we're just gonna. I don't know. It was just weird.
Whoa, dude! Or they were just blending right in, bro. Nobody even noticed that they were there.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, there's probably so much shit going on, bro. It's hard to keep track of all that shit, man. I can see Dylan getting so heated over that $20, though, too, bro. He was probably so mad.
Oh, he was. He definitely was. He was like, I'm going to go tell him. We're like, dude, that guy's not giving you your money back.
Absolutely not. Even if you find him. Like, I doubt you even find him.
Because Dylan's like, we'll just go park somewhere else. We'll go park in the parking lot, and we'll get the money back. Like, that dude's not going to just happily give you your money. Like, oh, yeah, never mind, yeah. Okay, great. Here's your money.
No, definitely not, bro. He's already got it. He's probably forgot your face, too. Like, he doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah. The second guy, when we came around the corner, tried to actually make us pay again. We're like, no, we just paid the first guy. He's like, what was his name? I don't remember it now, but Dylan did. He was like, this guy, this is who we paid. He's like, okay, I guess you're good.
I mean, I guess I'll let you in. Fuck you, bro. Yeah, oh my god, dude. There's probably some people that got twice like that, bro.
Yeah.
Some little timid person behind the wheel, just like, oh, we have to. Oh, okay, yeah. Here's another 20.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. So that is all just getting to the concert.
Yeah. The concert was great itself.
Yeah.
I mean, once we got in, Katie and Dylan got some merch. I held off on getting anything that time around. And same with Shelby. And then we went and got some drinks. Drink prices were not cheap. But
insanity, bro. I remember whenever I saw Odessa, I think a beer was like $18 or something like that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I want to say it was like 12 to 14. I don't really remember. So it was still up there. It was cool though. They had, instead of having like bottled water, they did all Liquid Death. You've seen the cans of Liquid Death?
Yeah, I fuck with Liquid Death actually. Yeah.
at first I was like, oh man, if they're really going to be selling Liquid Death, who knows? It's going to be like $10 a water. But it was only $5, so it wasn't bad.
That's not bad. I mean, they're like $3 at the gas station, aren't they?
Yeah, so I was like, dang, they're actually, like not charging too terribly much for these. So I was
hell yeah, they probably got the hookup from Liquid Death for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty. So whenever I moved down here, everybody down here drinks like sparkling water. Like Topo Chico's huge down here, and then I've been hearing about Liquid Death on like every other podcast and shit, dude. And like they got some good flavors on Liquid Death, actually.
I've not tried any of them except for the black can.
Just the regular, I would assume.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I had like a mango one or something, and it was pretty good.
I didn't even know there was flavors until you just said so.
Oh, for real? Dude, definitely. If you find one, try it out, bro. They're pretty good. It's like subtle. I mean, it's still fucking sparkling water, so.
Oh, so they're sparkling, because the ones that I've had aren't sparkling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just normal mountain water.
Really? I haven't tried those. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I knew they had sparkling. Yeah, I love it, though. That's something about drinking water out of a can. I know it's kind of weird. Yeah. The story on the side of the box is funny, so I was like, they've got really good marketing here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. They sold you. It worked.
Yeah, oh yeah. Actually, Spencer took the artwork and cut it out and put it in a frame, because if you've seen their boxes, their artwork is pretty cool, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just their logo and shit is dope, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But back to the concert. I didn't realize how many people from our group of friends that were actually at the concert up until the moment when we got to the stage and found everybody. And I saw, because like a lot of people went to the party the night before, but not near the amount of people that was at Odessa. So like I came around the corner and saw like 40 people, and like 20 of them I hadn't seen in, I don't know, probably a year and a half to 2 years almost.
Yeah.
It felt like, and it was like, wow, dang, this is crazy. How many people are here? And then all the like small world like coincidences of people that were brought with friends that like I ended up had been around in high school, like that we weren't friends or like knew each other, but we had been at like the same party or like knew the same people.
And they're like different people, like that you connect with better now,
Exactly.
Dope, dude. Hell yeah. So you reconnect with this big ass group over there. So who all was playing that night?
So there was San Holo. Well, the main artist, Odessa. It was Odessa's tour. Mm-hmm. And then he had Sylvan Esso, which is a duo. With one person, she sings. And I think they both sing, actually. I'm not too familiar with how they do it live and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then San Holo.
Nice.
Oh, there was another artist, but I cannot remember who it was that opened. But it was really cool. I mean, the opening acts were all awesome, and it's different, more, I don't know, like not the typical like dubstep music. It's more melodic, down tempo stuff that really easy to listen to, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then Odessa came on, and it was honestly just like kind of stunned me how good their production was.
Yeah.
Like how it's not just like it's a performance with live music all together. Like everything was choreographed out, the way that their drumline came out, to the way that they walked around on their stage, to how the music was mixed and everything. I mean, it just all went together with the fireworks, the lasers, the lights, the visuals. I mean, it was just all put together perfectly, and I was just like in awe the whole time, just standing there like, this is goals right here.
This is how you do it right here, bro. Yeah. This is the big show.
Like I could imagine, like, if you it's just like something like the level of like you see rappers might do for like huge stadium or like country artists of different things. Like that's the kind of production that I would expect out of like the best of the best, from,
well, I mean, Odessa's pretty
music.
Huge, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. I have 20,000 plus. I think their limit is 20,000 people for that venue. So, I mean, if they're selling out venues like that, they're obviously,
that's
of course,
insanity,
huge.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah. So I saw him a couple of years ago, but dude, I took a little too much acid that day, and it was really fucking hot. And I remember, I think, who was it that opened for him? I keep wanting to say Enzo, but that doesn't sound right. But I remember there was a certain point where they So it's all like, electronic music, and then they do a guitar pops in and starts just ripping licks, and then a fucking saxophone pops up over on the other side, and then they battled like a fucking a saxophone guitar battle, and I was just like melting into this fucking hill, and I was like, I don't even know what to do with myself, bro.
Yeah, that sounds just about right, because like they would have tons of different live instruments popping up out of nowhere, and I was just like, it's just so cool to see them, how they can intertwine like live music with like stuff that's made on a computer,
and like different kind of music too, like they'll slow and like they'll speed it up and they'll move it around to incorporate these different things, dude. So that was Odessa?
Yeah.
Okay, because the whole thing is kind of like it's all kind of melted together in my brain, because
that's A-okay.
Yeah, there was a certain point where like, dude, so they sold it out that time too, like they were at max capacity, and it was so tight and packed in there, and I'm like tripping balls, and like I literally like I'm like standing and I just like sit down in the middle of all these people and fucking like just kind of like look at all the like at the like waists and asses around me, and I was like, okay, bet, yeah, I'm okay.
That's me half the time. I could be stone cold sober, but I have my back only goes for so long before I'm like, yep, I got to sit down. I'm like the old person of the friend group. I'm like, I stay up, but I was at the same time I'm sitting here complaining like, dude, my body hurts. This. I got to get it looked at. I don't know what's wrong. It's probably from playing paintball professionally and growing up. So definitely,
dude. That shit's like, that's way harder on your body than you would think, bro.
Yeah, I thought it didn't really affect me, and I guess then 25 hit, and it's like, okay, now you can reap the rewards of throwing your body at the ground.
It's like, this is what you get, motherfucker. You threw us through the mud for years, bro. This is what's happening now.
Exactly.
Okay, so the show went well, though. And then, did you guys go after party, anything?
Well, we were going to go down to our friend's Bobik's, his house.
Bobik was there?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, Bobik. Do you know Sonny?
Sonny.
It's his cousin.
Oh no.
Okay.
I've limited time with Bobik. I think it was actually at the last Odessa show, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
Yeah.
Probably. Was that the one that Shelby went to as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was probably Camp Nowhere, wasn't it?
Definitely was, dude. Yeah, bro. That was so cool.
Yeah, that whole group that was there was the people that I was with again.
Nice,
so the same homies. It was just like probably even more. I don't know how many people.
Like KP, was she there?
KP wasn't there, surprisingly.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, she missed this one.
Aw, I bet she was sad. Poor thing. We love you.
But we were going to go downtown, I've never been to his place or anything like that, so I don't really know where it is in comparison to Dos Equis. But as we were driving home, and we were all going to go back to the Airbnb, kind of regroup, because I had a feeling anyways Katie and Dylan weren't going to go because, they both like to go to bed early.
Yeah, definitely.
And whatnot.
Dylan's an old man.
He is such an old man. That's why it was perfect. He's like, I'll drive. I'm not going to drink. Anything hey, say less.
Dylan's the dad of the group always, bro.
I love it.
That's awesome.
And Shelby looks up an Uber to their place from where we were at, and it was $97.
Ah, bro, Ubers are fucking tough nowadays, bro. Especially from a venue like that, dude. Over with, bro.
Yeah.
$100 though?
Yeah, and I'm not going to drive and drink, so that was just like, no, I'm not doing that.
So y'all paid it? Y'all did it?
No. we got back to the Airbnb, and we're like, well, we can smoke and just chill and drink, and next thing you know, and the concert ended, I think, at 11, I think 11. I was asleep by 12:30.
Whoa, dude. Dude, you are getting old, bro.
Yeah, for real. Shelby was almost convinced me to get this Uber, but by the time we got back and we had eaten food again and everything, I was just like, I'm tired, and we got to wake up and we got to drive home tomorrow. I was like, no, I'm good, because the last time I drove home from Dallas after concert, we didn't sleep the night before, and so I had to drive home, and the next thing you know, like, we were gonna leave at 11. It's 6:30, and I'm still in downtown Dallas. And then I have to drive home.
Yeah.
And both the people that are riding with me are passed out in my car. So I'm over here still haven't slept and having to drive them home because, well, yeah, it was not great. Thankfully, as soon as we hit Oklahoma, somebody woke up and I was like, "You're driving now."
You're driving. Yeah,
I was
been sleeping, motherfucker.
I was about to pull over at one of the casinos actually and just park in their parking lot and sleep because I was like, "This isn't too tired."
Yeah, this isn't gonna work, bro.
Yeah. So I learned this time not to do that.
That's what's up. Okay, so on that note, we do have to go ahead and take the break. We're just slightly over 30 minutes, but I might have to go pee, might grab another beer, but we'll be right back, guys. So, yeah, cool. All right, what's up, everybody? Austin here. So, I'm not sure if you guys follow my social media, mainly my Instagram, but if you do, you might have seen some recent posts with me doing some climbing. Turns out there's an indoor rock climbing place near where I live, and me and the lady Kristen have started going every week, mainly on Wednesdays. So we've just been doing it for fun, but it's pretty challenging, and you get like the aesthetics of exercising these muscle groups that you just don't usually hit in the gym. Plus, you meet some really cool people who climb in the process. So, through climbing, I came across this awesome company called Dino. Dude, they have this one product, Beta, and I love the idea. It contains a 2-in-1 thermogenic nootropic with a boost of clean energy using 10 simple, all-natural ingredients. Now, if you're not familiar, nootropics are supplements that boost your creativity, promote mental clarity, and give you intense focus. So I'll tell you right now, it takes a lot of energy and creativity to reach the top of those climbs, man. So one thing I like about this concept is it's not just for climbers. I honestly can't see why Dino's Beta wouldn't be perfect for any activity or adventure. Another thing that's cool is they're going to ship straight from their door to yours, meaning no annoying retail shop markup. And if you use the code OSTEN, that's OSTEN, at checkout, you can take another 15% off. So go check these guys out. They're the Dino Climbing Company on Instagram or thedinocompany.com. Now back to the pod. Alright, and we're back. Sorry, we had to take a little break. Had to get like a vape charger and stuff. I had to grab another beer. I'll go ahead and crack that real quick. Hold on. Yep, nice and crispy for you guys. Yeah.
That was nice. That makes me want a beer right now, but I can't after last night.
Oh, for real? You had a wild night last night?
Yeah, the Topgolf got the best of me.
It does every time, bro. That place is crazy, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know half price nights were Tuesdays there, like half price to play or something. I don't know if it's all of them or whatnot, but hey, we got to play for cheap and drink for a shit ton. But
I mean, shit, I would take it, bro. Yeah, that one over in Fayetteville is nice too.
I like it.
I mean, all of them are nice. Topgolf is a fucking insanely huge company.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I think it's based out of Dallas. They have like offices here.
Really? I mean, that one doubted me just because of how, how much city there is, and you really don't have that much open space to have a driving range. So
yeah, they have to like buy out like huge. I mean, you have to buy out a certain area, and then you have to buy out a certain area around it for like infrastructure stuff. So like, and it doesn't come cheap around here. So they're rolling in it. Yeah. But so we're leaving. So we're after the Odessa concert. You guys go back to the Airbnb after, a little bit of mess around trying to get an Uber and shit, and then you fall asleep super early because we're all getting old. And then you wake up the next day, and what's the plan? Okay, so what's the original plan is what I want to know.
Well, the original plan, I mean, since I had my coworker with me, we were kind of trying to figure it out. But originally it was to come see you and do this podcast in person.
Right.
But then, unfortunately, you had to work that day, and so that didn't work out. So what was better yet, come see you at work and get some great drinks and food from you at the same time and get to actually spend some time with you, since I had somehow missed you and done the same thing just on different days. So
could actually connect. Dude. Yeah, that was nice, just kind of getting to catch up, and that's why I didn't want to like force the podcast. Honestly, I would have taken off that day, but I was like, I would have had to like finagle some kind of deal to get somebody to take my shift and stuff, and then I was like, I don't want to like force this podcast in like while he's, it's basically like a little vacation for you and shit, and we can always do it how we're doing it now, and this is pretty chill right now anyways.
Maybe we might have to make a second one in person down the road to do an update.
100%, bro. Yeah, I can already tell you. We're not even halfway through the pod, and I can already tell you that's happening, bro.
Right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it was the come over to your house and do this podcast, probably grab some food, drinks after that, and kind of have a relaxed day, and then drive home and wake up the next day and go to work.
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, it was super fun, like being able to come see you at work and chill there for a little bit and kind of decompress.
Yeah, it's a pretty chill spot, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those $5 Bloody Marys,
Oh yeah, dude, those were so good. I had, oh man, that one. It definitely helped me kind of relax for that drive, because that 5 hours in the car I was just not looking forward to. So
oh, no doubt, dude. Yeah.
All right, let's take that job first and chill, and then be a little bit more ready to go, I should say.
Yeah.
But it actually, I mean, it was really nice. The whole drive home, I was just kind of like in my head thinking about like music, and the whole time I was driving, all I could think about is I really want to get home and just like start finishing this track I'm working on, and I was just stuck on it, and kind of thinking about that and production, different things. So
yeah, because you got that drive, bro. Like you're more often like in the studio working, the studio is, you do it at your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I mean, you're more often working than doing anything else, right? Other than your actual job, I guess, probably.
Yeah, I mean, my daily life routine is 9 to 5, go to work Monday through Friday, and then 6 o'clock when I'm at home, I hit the studio, like work on music or work on making art for music and visuals until like 10, 11, 12. Go to sleep, wake up, do it again.
There you go.
I mean, obviously there's certain days, like me and Shelby have our days, weekends, different things like that, but it's quite a balance, trying to balance all of friendships, relationship, work, hobby, because it's still a hobby until it pays for itself, so.
Right. But I mean, you're really kind of taking off, dude. So I do want to know, like, what's going on with SpaceBass right now? Because I know you got a couple of festies coming up. You're doing shows relatively often, I think, right?
I did a lot more last year than I did this year. Kind of stepped back in the shows aspect of trying to be as hungry as I was about getting shows and like pursuing that, just because I really want to like perfect my sound and my music first and be able to provide the audience with something more unique than necessarily just DJing and stuff, because I love that, but I mean, kind of like the Odessa show, like I want a full production from visuals to lights to the way my set and music goes. Like I want to be able to take people on a journey and make people think and feel and have emotions. Like that's my biggest thing, is not only do I want people to have feel emotions, but at the same time, like all my vocals, lyrics, words that are in my music make people, maybe look at life in a different way, reconsider, send good thoughts through their head. So just changes the way that people think.
Yeah, because your music's all, I mean, it's all kind of conceptual, because you're listening to these sounds, that. Dude, and they're intense, dude. Like the way that it works its way through, I honestly, it's impossible for me to describe, because I don't even know the words to do for it, But I remember I asked you one time, and we were fucked up whenever I asked you, so I barely remember it. But I remember we were chilling at your house, and we'd been up all night fucking around, and we were chilling in there, and you were kind of showing me how some of your stuff worked, and it was whenever I was gonna do the Life of Detours one with you, the original Life of Detours, and I was asking you, so how would you describe your sound and stuff like that? And I remember you gave me a very good answer, but I don't currently remember it, but.
I would like to know that answer at this point, because that's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely tell you who it gives me inspiration, but when it breaks down to if you want to ask what genre my music is, I couldn't tell you. Genres are subjective in my opinion. You could say something is subjective in a sense. Drum and bass is drum and bass.
Yeah.
House music is house music. But when you get down to the subgenres, the little things there's drum step versus dubstep versus there's
those
so
little
many
things
Yeah, it's just it's kind of subjective when it comes to that point. In a way, But I don't know.
I mean, you could be in the same genre, you know, with another person, and they would have a slightly different sound that puts them into another, like, subcategory, you know.
Exactly. So, and I don't really, like, sit there and focus on that a whole lot. I just like to make music, and
you do what you feel.
I've had even other artists say the same thing. Like, I was doing a live stream with Super Future, like he was doing a feedback stream, I should say. And when he listened to my song, then he goes, "So I want to ask you, like, what genre is this?" And I was like, that's a great question. I would love somebody to answer that.
Bro, it's impossible for yours, bro. I just listened to a couple of yours the other day. I can't remember the names of them right now, but there's the couple that you have on Spotify. Which ones do you have on Spotify right now?
So all of my actual tracks should be on Spotify, except for this new label release that I just had with my homie Chandelier. But so I've got Wave on Spotify, Milky Way is on there, and then Liquid World is also on there as well.
Nice. I think Wave was the one I was listening to the other day, and it's literally like it is that, like, it's just like a ride, bro.
Man, that song cracks me up because it's the first song I ever wrote. I
really
put it together really early on into my making music career. Like, had taken a bunch of classes and lessons from people and kind of started getting my foot into the door. Made the song and it's like, oh, this is tight, and then like released it after I had somebody master it, and like to this day I can't stand that song. Like, I don't like it.
What?
It's just
for real?
But it's my most played song, and I've heard that from so many artists that's like their thing. Is like their least favorite song is usually like their most played song, or their most basic song. And it's just because it's so early into my like music career. Like, I just didn't know a whole lot about music, and so it's so basic that I guess people can dig it because it has such an easy...
Because they don't understand it either, you know?
Yeah, and it's just a simple song that people are like, okay, I can groove with this groove.
That's probably what fucking got me on it, bro. Because I'm a simple bitch.
I need to find a way to play it in my sets because I don't play it live ever, and I know people probably want to hear it live. Yeah, actually, at least in my last couple of sets, like the couple of songs that I have released live haven't been in there just because my sound has changed so much since I made those, and I have so much new music that I want to showcase that I haven't released.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of gearing up for the end of this year and next year for like to really hit it hard with releases. So
yeah.
It's just going to start evolving, and you'll start hearing like my more current way of how I want to make music coming out soon. So
that's awesome, dude. Okay, so you're working. So how long does it take to make a track? Like,
the core part of a track, like I could sit down, say a Saturday at like 11, and have the core of the track like 85% done, and by the end of the day.
Oh, really?
And then like 2 to 5 months more to do the other. And I say that like I could bust out a track and probably have it ready, but I like to let a track sit for a while.
Yeah, you like to come back to it.
Yeah, because I'm ever so much such in a learning phase right now with music. Like, I learn something new every day, and it's like, okay, I can go back and apply this and make this song that much better. Wow. And so like my two next releases that I'm working on, I'm actually just like, one of them I completely redid the sound design on it, but it'll be probably my next song. So it's kind of like my most current song I've worked on, but also like something I made last year. So
oh wow, okay,
I get to like revisit this project.
So it's old for you, but it's new for everybody else, kind of deal.
Yeah, and it's one of the songs that I've been playing a lot. So now they're gonna hear a drop that's a lot better and a lot different.
So you play it in your shows, and you've tweaked it a little bit, and now you're gonna drop it as like a single, like as a track.
Yep.
Whoa, that's kind of cool that you're not just like taking, you could take exactly what you had, no effort, and like just drop it, but you took a look at it and made it like special for a track. Yeah, because I'll play a lot of things in live sets that aren't necessarily 100% done or anything, just to kind of tease them. Like, they'll be playable ready per se, but they're not ready for streaming platforms. Yeah, like if you look at it with a critical eye, it's not quite ready. Yeah. And so I'll do that all the time, and then I'll just change things. I feel like a lot of artists do the same thing. And I mean, you're out there like playing around, bro. So yeah. I think I asked you before. That was one of the questions I asked you that night. Was whenever you go up, do you have like a certain set that you're going to play? Like, do you have it all planned out, or does it just kind of evolve throughout?
No, every time it's planned in a sense. Like I know the style of music I'm gonna play. It's not necessarily. I'm not necessarily a DJ in that sense. I would like to provide an experience, not showing off my DJing skills in that sense. I could
Like
DJ.
you can work this board like a motherfucker. Like
Yeah, but it's not, to me it's not about that. Like it's not who could have the most cool fancy transitions and who can hit the most buttons, or make this go and like add effects. Like that's not me. Like I'm the most simple DJ on stage.
Yeah.
But the thing is like the way that everything's thought out and done, it's meticulous to that sense. And so I feel like myself will sway away from the typical way that DJs do and kind of go more into a live setting with stuff, and being able to play with Ableton Live. And that's kind of the route I'm going towards here soon. So
interesting. You said Ableton?
Yeah, it's the music software I use to make music. So you can also DJ live in it. I haven't figured it out or researched too much into exactly how, but I do have a good enough understanding of it that it's definitely what I want to do, because I'll be able to be more creative with that. I won't be limited to what buttons are in front of me.
Really? Okay.
If that makes sense. Like with because there's only certain things you can do with the standard DJing equipment, where I can like break a song down and take the drums and Ableton on one song and then apply them onto another song, like take the drums out of that song and apply the drums from another song. So like your blending of the two songs would be.
And this
like,
is pre-work. This isn't like on the fly during the show. Or is
both?
it?
I mean, like you have a lot of prep work you will do to get it ready like that.
You'll have those little snips. Like you'll have the drums already pulled out. You just don't know where you're going to use them.
Yeah, you still have to line everything up and time it right, and still hit play and apply effects and things like that. It's just in a different way, in a more creative way, in my opinion. Yeah. Which, and at least for the way I want to do things.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. And so that applies to your live shows. So your tracks and your live shows are different. Do you use a lot of the stuff that you do in your live shows for your tracks? Like you said, you pull like the one, like you do kind of like mess around with stuff that you're playing with, like that you're making your tracks.
I'm not sure exactly how to answer that. I mean, when I'm making music, I always have something that I'm referencing, per se, like somebody else's song or whatnot, to kind of give me an idea of like, is this song as my song as loud as theirs? Yeah. Does my drums hit as hard as theirs? Am I in the correct arrangement? There are a lot of different things I can apply and use other people's songs for. So it's and it's really cool too. I learned a lot studying other people's music. Like just take this simple song and like break down their arrangement to how they made their drums. Yeah. And it also like taught me how to listen to music a little differently in a different aspect, so I could pick up different things. So
interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I guess I feel like I asked that super weird, but. So let me try to articulate this. So do you, when you're in the house, like messing with music, are you messing with it more for your shows, like your live shows, or are you thinking about it turning into a track? Or is it something like you're like tweaking all this stuff, like playing with things, like I can throw it into this show at this point and stuff like that? Definitely. Or is it going to be a finished product that goes on Spotify?
Both. So like I've made a couple like edits, different remixes that aren't near done that I'll probably never release. I make a lot of edits for like live shows and do things like that. But when it comes to making music, one thing that I do a lot, especially now, is like considering when I'm making the song, like how is it gonna edit, or how is it gonna like flow into the next song? And like, is this going to be like a really bad transition because of the way the song is flowing, like in their break or at the end of the song? So I'll like mold the song into a way that it'll be like real smooth whenever I'm transitioning out of that song or into that song. Yeah. So I always keep all that into mind.
Interesting.
When making music.
And that's like, rather than it being standalone. Like if it was just a standalone thing, it would be made differently because you wouldn't have to worry about transitioning into it from another thing.
Yeah, so right now I'm kind of getting like my bass blocks per se for my live sets of music. Like I want everything to be able to intertwine, so like, I'm just making music to make music now, but as I get to the point where I can get a full set of music together and it flows in a way I want, eventually I'm just going to be putting puzzle pieces together. Like, okay, I need a song that fits here. That's that's going to flow from this song to this song. Because eventually I want it to be 100% original.
Yeah. So all just your pieces. You just need more material for it, basically, so that you can just pull from your bag.
Yeah, I mean, I have a mix that I did at the start of the year of all unreleased music, and it's about 45 minutes long.
Oh,
and
good.
So, I mean, I'm there, but I don't play a lot of that music right now because over the last 8 months, I've learned so much, and a lot of those tracks I can't access actually at the moment because I made those all on the trial Ableton. So I don't have the full studio of Ableton, which is like their whole deluxe package.
Oh,
so I can't actually access some of these projects at the moment, unfortunately, until I pay for the full studio.
That's a bitch, dude.
Yeah, and I can't get myself to do it because the way I am with I have like $500 worth of debt and student debt and then my credit cards, and I'm not going to spend $300 until I pay that debt off. It's just, I can't financially do that to myself, so.
Well, did you hear about the thing Biden's supposed to talk about tomorrow?
Yeah, that was today, but I can't do it because I never had student loans. That's the thing. I paid out of pocket every semester. My mom did.
Oh, so this is just between you and the school.
Yeah, because my last semester, when I quit school, my mom was like, if you quit school, that was the one thing she'd pay for college for me. But if I quit, she wasn't going to pay for it, and like whatever I owed is what I owed, and I had to take up with it, which is fair. And I learned I didn't want to go to college, and so I still owe money on it, and just need to pay it off before I invest into something bigger, I should say.
Interesting, yeah. That's big of you, bro. That's exactly what I fucking figured out too at the same time, dude.
Yeah, I'm making do with what I'm doing, and I can still make music perfectly fine. So it's not like extremely critical. I'll be able to come back to those songs here eventually, and I just know when I do, I'll have so much more knowledge, and so I'm not rushing it.
And you'll be more comfortable. You'll be ready for it, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So I think now is about a good time to go ahead and drop it back a little bit, so we know kind of where you're at a little bit. So let's talk about where you've been, bro. So you're a Conway boy, is that what you said?
Conway, Arkansas, yes.
Born and raised?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Up until I was 18.
So you were born in Conway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mom and dad both around?
Yeah. Up until my dad passed away when I was, 17, 18.
Somewhere.
Kind of a blur somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
But
yeah. So you born in Conway. So what did your mom do?
So my mom worked I should say, for a publishing company. Mm-hmm. So they publish children's curriculum and books for teachers. So it's kindergarten through 6th grade, I think. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy because the company, whenever she started, was real small. And then she wrote the curriculum, from what I understand, and then had to go to the school districts and pitch it to those school districts, her curriculum that she wrote for this company. And then after they would accept, be like, yeah, we want this, that she would also then have to go back and train the teachers. So not only was she basically doing the whole thing, eventually the company spiraled and became a $multi-million business and became huge. And she did that for pretty much my whole childhood, and then decided to own her own, same thing, but just freelance, I should say.
Interesting. Yeah, because it sounds like it was like a publishing and then sales and then, I don't know, I guess training on your product, I guess.
Yeah. She did too much for, she got paid really well, don't get me wrong, but they were asking too much and then trying to, pull money away and be like, oh, we're overpaying you, even though they wouldn't be where they are, without her.
Yeah.
So
once they get big, they're like, we're going to start cutting some corners here and figuring some stuff out.
At least that's how I understand it and witnessed it as a kid, so.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's crazy, yeah. And then Dad what was he doing?
He's a carpenter, so neither of them did anything with music. Yeah. Never were musically inclined, other than they both loved concerts and stuff. So
did you go to a lot of concerts whenever you were little?
No. I never went to a concert until I was 18 and in college. Mm-hmm.
What? Never. What was your first one?
Dude, UCA brought my freshman year when I was there, Gorilla Zoe. Do you know who the rapper Gorilla Zoe is?
Yeah, I do actually. He did. He's not. I put on for my city. No, that's not him, is it?
No, it's like same era, time era.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up. I can't remember the name of the song.
Does he do Echoes? Is that the song?
Maybe. I'd have to look and see.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not... That was my first concert, and I, like, fell in love with live concerts after that.
Yeah.
I, didn't know what to expect, and so I went in open-minded, and it was really cool. I didn't even stay the whole concert because I ended up meeting somebody, and we left early, but, hey...
A lady?
Yes.
Hey, my boy.
There was that, and then I had my first, rave, 3 weeks later because they brought this DJ duo called White Panda to UCA, and they did, like, this foam party. I've never heard of them.
Party, bro.
Yeah, I've never seen them on a lineup. Like, I don't feel like since then.
Yeah.
But I've looked them up since then. And yeah, I think they still make music, but I really don't follow them. But it was cool. It was like in the middle of campus, and like this like right where like 5 buildings met in the center where the Brickway was. They just put a stage, slapped it down in the middle of campus.
Nice.
Like, all right.
Oh, in front of Old Main, I think is what you're talking about.
No, this was at UCA. No, it was in Conway. I went to Conway.
I went to UCA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that Old Main? I don't know the name.
Old Main, and then you have so it's where you would drive up. There's a library, Old Main, and then a couple of other buildings. It's where the big circle driveway kind of deal is.
I want to say it was right over there. I can't really remember. I think that's about right. It was kind of by the new
Bear Hall.
Yeah, it was kind of over in there, but it was more closer. I so bad with that campus, like trying to name buildings.
Well, I mean, if you didn't go there, then like it's fucking impossible. I remember whenever I first started going there, bro. It took me forever to figure out where the fuck I was going, bro. It's like a full campus. Like it's confusing. It's a small city. You know what I mean? I mean, they all are. This isn't even like a big college, so I probably sound like a bitch right now. But like,
I loved it at UCA. I mean, it was cool. I just got in so much unfortunate trouble when I was there my freshman year. I had to leave.
Oh no, dude. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. So you grew up. So did you live like you said? You're from Conway. Did you live in Conway, like city limits, or were you out on like a farm kind of deal?
No, I was in city limits.
Okay.
However, we did have a farm too.
Of course, yeah. So you grew up with like a little bit of like countryside, but like living in the city as well.
Yeah, grew up hunting, going to the lake. I rode horses, mudding. I mean, I was that country kid up until like 19. Wore cowboy boots every day. Yeah.
Were you in all the ag classes?
No.
Oh. Well.
I no, actually, I took one shop class. I loved it. Learned how to like weld and do stuff like that. But I've always been good with stuff like that because my dad kind of teaching me. But no, I knew I never wanted to do like farm work. I hated farm work. I used to have to help my best friend's dad and grandpa like doing like barreling hay, feeding the horses and cattle and stuff, and my uncle too. And I hated doing all of that. It's just not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like mending fences, fucking like cleaning up fence rows, and like, the mowing and like brush hogging and like everything that you got to do on a farm, dude, is a lot, man. Yeah, it's just constant upkeep is all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like playing around on a farm, and driving around doing whatever and being a kid, but when it comes to that side, I was like, no, I'm out on that.
Own one is like a whole other fucking ordeal, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you went to what school did you go to over there?
I went to Conway, Greenbrier, and I was homeschooled.
What? In what order here?
Conway, Greenbrier, Conway, homeschool.
Okay.
So I got really depressed as a kid and basically like failed out of Conway in 10th grade. So I knew the principal in Greenbrier, and she kind of like helped me out, get me back on track so I didn't miss or like fail 10th grade altogether. Because that's what we were trying to like not do, even though because Conway wasn't really working with me about missing 3 months of school, which understandable.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, why'd you miss 3 months of school?
Just like depression. going hormones,
okay.
stuff like that. Yeah. And then I went to Greenbrier for 1 semester. I was like, nope, miss my friends back at Conway. So I went to Conway, and then I ended up making it onto a professional paintball team when I was 18, or like my senior year. And so I ended up dropping out and doing homeschooling since my mom had been a teacher and stuff, and did my like last half of my senior year on the road, which was sick. That is one of my favorite times of life.
Did they work with you on that? So you graduated high school, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to immediately like get into homeschooling. Like it was super easy. Really? I had a couple of friends that actually were homeschooled that I'd met, and their parents helped my mom like get in like ASAP. Like before Christmas, like when we took Christmas break, I was like, I'm not going back to school. Like I made this professional team. I'm gonna miss too much school and I will fail. Like we have to figure this out.
Was this a paid gig?
Yeah, I was making money and earning, kind of doing like my dream thing at the time. Like this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it felt for sure.
Yeah, and so I put my all into that and was doing that. And so luckily I got to homeschool, and that was tight.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I finished like a whole semester in 2 weeks, and it was like, why did I not do this entire time?
The entire time, dude, yeah.
That's the half thing about school that I hated, is like, I don't need somebody to teach me this stuff. I can learn it if I have the curriculum and whatnot in front of me. That's just how I learn.
Yeah.
So I was like, sitting in class for 8 hours a day is just pointless to me because I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, that's one thing about school and college, and like, not to knock it for, I mean, there is a certain reason why it works and like why people do it the way that they do, but it's like the main thing that I've thought about college is like it teaches you that you are able to go to college. Like it doesn't show that you have like certain other skills and things like that, but you were able to take 4 years of your life and dedicate it to this fucking insanity that it is and do that. So
yeah, I feel like the only thing you gain out of that is if you can problem solve or not. Like that's like the core classes of like school is like, okay, let's see how good this person is at problem solving. Now, I mean, obviously that's different if you're a nurse, a doctor. Like I want you to go to school. I don't want you to work on me if you're not.
I would definitely rather you have spent fucking however many years and however many hours working on that stuff, drilling it into your fucking head. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, some things I'm like, man, you don't need a degree for that they offer, but hey, it is what it is. Don't take the step behind.
Lolo's here. What's up, dude? All right, well, cool. So, sorry about that. I just fucking Logan walked in. The dog was going kind of crazy. Oh shit! And we are at the 30-minute mark. So we're. You mind taking a break real quick?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll hop back on. We'll talk a little bit more about your schooling, unschooling, then reschooling, and then paintball, and then everything else. So
it works with me.
All right, bet. All right, we'll be back in just a second, guys. All right, what's up, everybody? Austin here. So, I'm not sure if you guys follow my social media, mainly my Instagram, but if you do, you might have seen some recent posts with me doing some climbing. Turns out there's an indoor rock climbing place near where I live, and me and the lady Kristen have started going every week, mainly on Wednesdays. So, we've just been doing it for fun, but it's pretty challenging, and you get like the aesthetics of exercising these muscle groups that you just don't usually hit in the gym. Plus, you meet some really cool people who climb in the process. So, through climbing, I came across this awesome company called Dino. Dude, they have this one product, Beta, and I love the idea. It contains a 2-in-1 thermogenic nootropic with a boost of clean energy using 10 simple, all-natural ingredients. Now, if you're not familiar, nootropics are supplements that boost your creativity, promote mental clarity, and give you intense focus. So I'll tell you right now, it takes a lot of energy and creativity to reach the top of those climbs, man. So one thing I like about this concept is it's not just for climbers. I honestly can't see why Dino's Beta wouldn't be perfect for any activity or adventure. Another thing that's cool is they're going to ship straight from their door to yours, meaning no annoying retail shop markup. And if you use the code OSTEN, that's OSTEN, at checkout, you can take another 15% off. So go check these guys out. They're the Dino Climbing Company on Instagram or thedinocompany.com. Now back to the pod. All right, and we're back from the break. Had a little weird stuff towards the end there. My fucking dog was barking a bunch. Logan came home. I got a new vape because my other one was acting up a little bit, tasting a little weird. So we are like fully Gucci. I got a new beer, got a new vape, and Mr. SpaceBass is still here with us, dude. Yeah. So we're kind of coming out of so we're talking a little bit about like your schooling, like coming out of high school. So you went to Conway basically your whole life, and then you got into like some like kind of got into your own head, dropped back, went to Greenbrier, and then moved back to Conway to get back with your friends, and then you got picked up by this paintball team, right?
Yep, in Dallas actually. We were out of Dallas.
Interesting. That's a fucking long drive, bro.
That's why I had to do the homeschooling. Like, we were based out of Dallas and Oklahoma City, and we had players from all over, and we'd travel every weekend. So we'd fly into like Nebraska, California for practice, Texas.
For practice, not even like full matches, like.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so can you explain a little bit more about like this whole? What does this whole paintball deal entail here? So you're talking about a lot of travel, and like this is like a paid team, and it's based out of Dallas, Oklahoma City. Like what is this?
Yeah, so I mean, like that became my passion as a kid. Like I got into paintball, which honestly spiraled me into music, and I'll kind of get into that in a second. But I played paintball because I grew up with my friends playing airsoft in neighborhoods as kids, shooting guns. Yeah. And the next thing you know, like I got invited to a birthday party and. Yeah, I fell in love with it and like became obsessed with it. Yeah. So, like the way I am obsessed with music, and I still love it. It's just I haven't gotten back into it since then. So I was traveling every weekend. I actually was practicing at like my local field 3 times during the week after school. They gave me a key and it was like, yeah, here you can go to the field whenever. Like it's okay. Like we trust you.
Wow.
And so like I was a big advocate of helping make it better here and. So when I got on the pro team,
okay.
Paintball, Arkansas.
Nice.
Then when I got the team, we started getting like free gear, not necessarily exactly paid. So we didn't get like a salary. I didn't, at least. I had friends on my team that were more like seasoned stuff. I was the youngest kid in the professional league, actually.
Really?
Yeah, me and one other kid were both rookies, and we were both the youngest people playing professionally at the time. Wow. But
I mean, that's
we were getting a bunch of
feat in itself, dude.
It was really cool. We would get a bunch of gear for free, and so like it was part of our contract that you couldn't sell it, like buy it or get the gear for free and sell it. So like we would get like really discounted paintball guns, and they're like $1,400 paintball guns is how much they cost. But I'm getting these at like. I don't know, a really good deal. Yeah. So all I had to do is go out and practice with it one time or for a weekend. It's now used, and then I could sell it. So I would take this, make like $300-400 a paintball gun, and I did this like 3 times a week, and would make money. So it's like, all right, you're bringing home like $1,000 a week, like non-tax money as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old. Like that's pretty good money. So I did that for quite a bit of time, and I mean, all my flights, hotels are free. Like, you can't ask for much more. You're traveling around, not doing anything other than just traveling, playing paintball and stuff. And eventually, I kind of started like getting bored outside of like doing that. I mean, I was in school and stuff, and that took up a lot of time. But I didn't have like a passion that I could do every single day per se.
Yeah.
And so I got into videography. And that's where like my creativity started to flow. I started learning how to make visuals for like my YouTube channel that started getting bigger. Started making actually videos that were getting a couple 100,000 plays.
Wow.
And it was cool. And then that's kind of where like when I was making like promotional videos, I started listening to electronic music. And because I'd started to listen to it a little bit from prior, from like that first concert and things, and thought it was cool. And so I really got into like Skrillex,
like Bass Nectar, like
Zed,
Deadmau5.
Not really Deadmau5, but no, like that era of music.
Yeah.
No, Nothing against that man. He's got good music, just wasn't ever my taste.
I see.
But yeah, I started listening to it a lot and started going to a ton of concerts.
Yeah.
And ended up getting to meet some really cool artists, actually because of paintball, like Steve Aoki, Waka Flocka. They came to a paintball tournament, and my sponsor at the time shot a whole video about it. It was really cool.
What? Just like a little promo? Like, yeah, we're out here with Waka Flocka, and you're like chilling with them, fucking.
Yeah, it was cool as hell. Like, they were just out there like shooting a video for their YouTube channel.
Did they paintball with you?
They played on another field. They did like this whole thing where they played against each other and like some fans. They didn't let like the professionals play with them. One, we were in the middle of a tournament, so it was kind of like, I'm not going to waste my energy on this. And it was cool to let the fans actually get to like play with those guys.
That's dope.
And, so it was really cool. But yeah, so I started like making videos and like getting really into music that way, and then it led me to like, okay, I have this obsession with concerts now that I didn't know I had because of the 2 I had gone to at UCA.
Yeah.
So I hit like 65 concerts that year.
Yeah.
Just traveling from Dallas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Kansas City, Fayetteville, from Conway, and we just like, me and my friends just went everywhere, and it was super tight. And I started like falling in love with it, and I kind of thought like, man, I feel out of place in school right now because like I'm a sports medicine major, and it just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't think I want to do this the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm obsessed with this scene. Like, I'm obsessed with like the live music atmosphere.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is really cool that like this one singular person can bring all of these people into a room, and they can all forget about the problems that they're having at the very moment, and they can just enjoy life and just have fun.
So this has nothing to do with your major or anything like that. So you get out of high school and you go to college, and you're talking sports medicine. Mm-hmm. And what made you want to do that?
Paintball. I was really into fitness. Like, I'm not a big person by any means, but like I always had trouble putting on weight and things, and so like diet became very fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. What you put into your body, how you exercise, how your body works, and ultimately like I just wanted to be able to get the best I could at paintball, and so like I dove into that, and I was like, if I can help people in this way, like be able to understand how to eat better, take care of them, that's what I would want to do. Awesome. Well, little did I know whenever I was signing up for this, it didn't mean I was going to help athletes of my age necessarily. It's going to be more of like 65 plus years of age kind of people.
End up working in like a nursing home or like a rehab facility kind of deal.
That's not what I wanted to do. It bummed me out.
Oh man, yeah.
In a sense, and I was like, this is just not realistic. That's not what I want to do. And I went through a phase like kind of after dropping out of college where I was going to like a lot of concerts, partying a lot, but I didn't have any direction. And so like fast forward like a couple of years of getting married, having a kid, like growing up like ASAP. Like I
just
quit
doing
college
life, basically.
Yeah, I quit college. 3 months later, found out I'm having a kid. A month later, I'm married.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, so, like life hit me quick.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't know what to do. I got a good job that paid me like $60,000-$70,000 a year at the time. Like I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to be that standard, dad, 9 to 5 kind of person.
What were you doing?
I was selling furniture at the time.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And so I've been in sales pretty much since then, but I got so tired of it, and I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to sit here and talk to people all day and try to convince them to buy something. Yeah, hell no. I was like, I gotta find a career like with something that I like. And about that time, I ended up separating with my ex-wife, now ex-wife, and went through this like really crazy part of my life that like I felt so lost. I didn't know what was happening, and this was back in 2019.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really, I was lost kind of going into that because I didn't have a career, but like now I'm like really lost. Like I felt like I wasn't going to be able to see my kid. Kind of didn't have a great ending.
I mean, you felt like you had it figured out, like it wasn't exactly what you wanted, but you're like, this is what I'm going to do, and then that all kind of got taken from you, or just didn't end up working out in a certain way, right?
Well, I was working towards a goal. I thought I wanted to do real estate and sell real estate, which I still would definitely sell real estate if I can get the capital. It's just in a different way than being an actual agent and whatnot. And I kind of was about to go that way. I saved up money to be able to just like do real estate, and I thought I had it figured out. And then get this divorce and everything, and I'm like, okay, all that money now has to kind of go to the side for court fees and all the other stuff.
Was it a messy one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, it was I mean, we're both young. I'm 27 now, and she's 25, 24. She's gonna kill me if she watches that.
Yeah, I swear. Yeah.
Right around there, and yeah, I don't care.
She's what? 35? You said?
25.
40 something?
75, fuck it.
75, fuck it. She's gonna kill me, bro.
But, at least I'll have her stick something.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Now you'll actually have a good court case. There you go.
We've worked it out, and it's much better. But
that's what's up. You grew up a little bit,
Yeah. It put me in a state, though, that I just didn't really know what I was going to do. And I didn't have any friends. Everybody that I was friends with, I distanced whenever my kid was being born. I was like, I have to get out of the scene. I got to get away from the drugs, the alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, I can't party like I used to.
What scene is this you're talking about? Like the videography scene? Were you already a part of that? Or what scene is this?
I say scene as in my friends.
Oh, right. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. This is in Conway still?
Fayetteville. I had moved to Fayetteville. Sorry, I missed that in the timeline.
So how did that happen?
What do you mean?
Like, how'd you end up in Fayetteville?
Oh, after my freshman year at UCA, because I couldn't get into the U of A for my freshman year, I just transferred immediately. I wanted out of Conway.
Yeah.
And so, all my best friends had already moved up here, and so I was just like, I'm here with a bunch of homies in Conway, but like my absolute like close day one people are just, they weren't there, so I was like, I want to be up there with them. So, but yeah, whenever we got that divorce and everything, I didn't know what to do, so I moved in with my mom and her boyfriend at the time, and I was living with them. And I hit up my old roommate / best friend that he had already graduated from college, had his engineering degree, like kind of grown up and, kind of doing his own thing with his now fiance. And I was like, hey, like, I'd love to like start kicking it again. Like, I know like we both went to this girl at Facebook, like, this is what's going on. And he was like, yeah, dude, like, for sure, like, come out with me on Tuesday and we'll go grab some drinks, things like that. And so we started doing that. And then one of our friends came in to town one day, and she was going to Wakaan. I have no idea what Wakaan is.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Is this like the original Wakaan, like the one just a couple of years ago?
In 2019, yeah. Wow. And so like like a month and a half before that, I just got divorced and everything. And but yeah, she comes to town, and I guess I should say, this whole time since my kid was born in 2017 to this point, I have not gone to a single concert. I haven't really actively looked out new music.
Yeah.
Where 2016 to 2013, I had probably hit like 200 plus shows.
Yeah.
So like went from shows to nothing.
Yeah.
And so she comes in and was like, yeah, I'm going to this music festival on Mulberry Mountain. It's called Wakaan. Yeah. Like Liquid Stranger's headlining it. And I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like, I wasn't really ever like that. Kind of. Like, I knew who Liquid Stranger was, but I just had never seen him live because I got kicked out of the only concert of his I ever went to.
Oh, shit.
And so I never got to see him. And so, like, I saw his name. I think it was his name, Peekaboo.
Yeah.
And I want to say Lucid were probably the only three artists that I knew. And the only reason I knew Lucid and Peekaboo is because they had songs with Bass Nectar.
Yeah.
And that was it. And she was like, yeah, you guys should come to this, like, get tickets and go. And I'm like, I gotta work the whole week. She's like, screw it, like, call into work and just come. I was like, okay, like, where do I get a fucking ticket for this? She was like, you're gonna have to find one online.
Oh, no shit, like, they're definitely sold out probably, right?
This is the day before, the day of the pre-party. So the Wednesday, fuck. Like, Wakaan was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so, like, we had gotten tickets to go to the pre-party show at George's just as a thing, and that's kind of what we were going to do with her, and then she was going to go to the festival. Well, we ended up finding tickets on Reddit for like $100 each.
What?
And buy these tickets, yeah. And sure enough, they're not fakes or anything. And I call into work for 4 days saying I have the flu or whatever. And this is where it all kind of begins. Like, I go to Wakaan, and I go with Colton, my old roommate, Lainey, that I've known for a while through Colton. Excuse me. Lainey's sister, and then these people that I've never met from Maine. Oh God, Connecticut! Please don't kill me, guys. They're all from the Northeast.
It's the same shit. Y'all are all Yanks, you know.
and Colton and Laney had met them at Electric Forest, and they like became like a huge group of homies. And so like I was super stoked because like I'm about to make a bunch of friends. I think like I'm like pumped. Like I'm about to get to actually meet people. Like whether or not we live in the same town, like I'm gonna have people I'm gonna be able to talk to and like have conversations instead of just going home from work and sitting in my mom's spare bedroom by myself doing nothing.
You're about to get reconnected with this scene that you love,
Yeah. And so I go out there, have the time of my life. Like the first day, like kind of found myself, went through, did a couple things, and kind of found myself during that first night.
Yeah, you found yourself. You tripped around in the woods and found Harrison.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
very much. And so second night, I'm sitting in the crowd. Oh wait, I have to say this too. So the first night when we get to main stage, we set up to the left of the sound crew and whatnot, and like where we set up. I look around, I'm like just kind of looking around at other people like, wow, like what's going on? And I turn around and I see 6 people I know immediately that are not with our group. What? And they're from Conway. And then they're like, I'm talking to them, they're like, yeah dude, like our whole group is right here. So come to find out, everybody that I knew that I didn't know was even going to be at this festival is now sitting right next to me. Nice. So now I have not only like these new friends, I have all my old friends that I haven't really talked to in 2 years. Wow. So now I'm surrounded by 60 people I know in the best environment I could possibly be in.
Oh my God.
And having like the time of my life. And so like we all made it like this pact. Like I like introduced my new friends to the old people, and we were all like, we're coming back here every single day. Like this is where we're throwing down.
Yeah.
And so like second day comes, there's even more people now, like from Conway.
Yeah.
And
the word's
like,
gotten out now.
Like groups are combining, and now we've just like taken over this area.
Yes.
And that's I don't remember what part of that night it was, but that's the night that I met Shelby, my girlfriend.
Oh, really?
And in the crowd.
As part of just in the crowd, not part of like the Conway group that came through?
She was with the Conway group.
Yeah.
She was one of the few people that I didn't know. Like I felt like I knew like all these people.
She was a new face in that group. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, who are these new people? Like I haven't been gone that long, but how are there this many new faces like that I've never seen before? And so like we didn't ever say anything to each other at first. We just kept, as we both say, fucking each other. We'd look at each other in the crowd and then like smile and then like keep looking back there, and then like finally like would say like one word to each other. Like it was the most innocent, funny thing ever. Like said like one word, and then the next thing you know, like we're talking, and then like didn't leave each other's sides the entire weekend. Here comes Sunday of that festival, and like we had a great time together, and like just getting to know each other, and like my weekend went from like the first day I'm like, okay, this is gonna be better. Like I'm gonna get good. I'm gonna not be depressed. Like this is how life is gonna be.
Yeah.
Like look at all these beautiful people. Like you're gonna be okay. To things are a lot better, or like getting a lot better. And like I didn't mean to meet anybody. Like honestly, like a month and a half seems kind of too soon. And like I did not plan on meeting anybody, but it just seemed right. Like it felt.
Wait, this was weird. A month and a half after your like divorce was finalized, or after?
No, like separation. Like our divorce hadn't started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like I didn't really want to meet anybody. One, for the fact of like I'm still technically married.
Yeah.
And like I don't want things to look bad on my part, like in the divorce and whatnot. And so it was really weird to me, but at the same time I was like, this just feels so right. Like I don't know why, but it does. And so I'm just gonna go with it. And I ended up, like spending that whole weekend with her, and then here comes Sunday, she's about to go to Conway to go back home, and I'm about to go to Fayetteville back to my house. And she was like, man, I just really wish you could go to Conway. I was like, yep, I'm going to come to Conway, actually. I'll just call in another day.
Nice.
So I called in for 2 more days and stayed in Conway.
Oh, shit.
And then came back to work and acted like nothing happened. And I was like, yep, I had the flu the whole time. I just magically got better, and I don't have a doctor's note. And because I never called in, they didn't care.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, that worked out, dude. Yeah, that could have went way worse.
Yeah. But in that time of, like, spending time with Shelby and stuff, and, like, we just had, like, random conversations about life. And I remember at one point she was like, what do you want to do? And I was really kind of fucked up at this point, and we were at the stage, and I was like, this. And I pointed at the stage. I was like, I want to DJ. Like, I would love to do this. Like, if I could choose one thing right now, I want to be on that stage. Like, I want to be able to express myself in a way and be able to, like, show people, make people feel the way that I felt from concerts and things.
Wow.
And I was like, I've wanted to do that based off of, like, concerts in the past, but I've never put my foot forward. And so finally she was like, I'm going to help motivate you and do that. And so, you know, over the next couple of months, right after Christmas, give or take, I went and bought a DJ board and just, like, started messing around with DJing at home. And a month later, I got invited to do Dance Fest Road to Yellow Brick Tour. Like, I was seriously, like, a month of
so this
DJing.
is quick at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I submitted
Shit just
a mix
starts falling
and got
into place for you.
Yeah, and I was not ready for this. I didn't think.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous as hell. Like, I'm about to go on the stage. There's 200 people in this room for my first show, and I'm the next to last person playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's completely packed, and nobody knows who I am. And, like, because of the time was so quick, they were like, what's your name? I was like, I do like space, and I like bass music, so SpaceBass.
So
I
you just came up with that on the fly right there?
Yeah, it was, like, super quick. I didn't put any thought into it. I just was like, SpaceBass. Most basic name ever. But
I don't know. It sounds like it would have so much, like, thought behind it, and, like, you know, but that's wild, dude.
Well, I was just, I don't really know. It kind of came to me, like, really easily, honestly. And I ended up kind of just running with that, going to my first concert, and like, hooked. And then
did you kill, or how did you feel about the show that night?
I felt like it went pretty good for, like, having $300 like DJ board that I barely played on, and, like, watched 50 YouTube videos to practice. Like, for that amount of time, I feel like I did a pretty good job, honestly.
Nice.
I definitely got, like, dead last in the competition, but that's, I found, like, competitions like that are,
they're so subjective, bro. Like, you went to, what was
and I drove down to Little Rock for my show, so, like, I had been, in that month, I had been getting to know the scene in Fayetteville, but I didn't do the Fayetteville show. So for, like, a month, give or take, I've been, like, connecting with everybody up here, because I started forcing myself to go out, meet the local scene, meet local DJs, and stuff, and trying to get in. But I didn't know anybody in Conway other than Shelby and the people I just met, like, my old friends.
Yeah.
But the thing was, is, like, one of our other good homies, Clayto, he also DJ'd.
Clayto, shout out Clayto, bro. That dude is the fucking truth, bro.
And he was teaching me out. He was teaching me how to DJ a lot. I miss that dude too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a second.
Dude, that dude knows so much about just music, about board, like, just about how to make it. And, like, I remember you would listen to music in his car, and he'd be like, no, I'm going to skip forward to this certain second of the song and just play this part because I know where it's at. And then he'd go to another song and be like, we're just going to listen to this part of this song because I know exactly where it's at. And I'm like, you've literally just, like, gone through all your music and analytically fucking picked all these pieces that you want to hear.
I love the way he DJs. It's really good and really, like, methodical and thought out. I would wish he would DJ and consume music more often, honestly.
What's he doing?
I don't really know, honestly. I think he's still just kind of, he has a girlfriend. They've just been, I honestly don't know why.
I miss that dude, man. Fucking love you, Clayto.
Shout out Clayto.
Shout out Clayto. Is it at Clayto on, like, Instagram and shit?
I think so. With so, like 2 or 3 H's maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Or who knows? Might be. because I don't think he could. Well, he could be Clado, but because it's Play-Doh, not Clado. I have no idea.
I don't know. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, but where
so
was
you did
I?
did you say Dance Fest or what was it?
Yeah,
your
Road to
first
Dance Fest.
Yeah.
So I did that show, loved it, and immediately came back and I was like, all right, I'm starting to get the hang of DJing. That's just a sliver of the cookie here. You know, like we got to learn how to make music, like to be able to do this, like real, like the way I wanted to do it, like the way I've envisioned it. So
what were you doing before? Like, so you're talking about like producing your actual, your own sound. So what were you doing before? Like taking snippets of already created
just like
music?
just playing other people's music and curating a whole live experience. Basically, like not like shuffle or like a Spotify playlist, but you know, like playing it live.
Yeah, but you're curating it, like you said, you're picking the right parts of it and stuff. You know, it's a little harder than you would say, but
yeah, just like going to any club or anything and hearing a DJ playing there, you know, but more of a show style environment per se. Okay. And so I eventually was like, I want to start making music and like having my own sound. And so I did the big feat of what I was like nervous about learning was music theory and like understanding music, because I've never played an instrument in life. I've never studied music. I took choir and just fucked off the entire time I was in choir class in school. Like I had no music background, so I was like, I have no place in this, but I do know I have drive and I know I have determination. So like that's one thing that I've shown myself over the years. Like if I put my heart to something or head to something, I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just gotta take that step forward and do it. So downloaded the program and just went to town on YouTube videos, and then started learning like you can actually talk to these DJs and artists that people put on pedestals. Like they will message you right back.
Oh yeah, I've talked to Sullivan King a couple of times, bro. He's the fucking best, bro.
Exactly. Like these artists, they're super down to earth and chill.
Yeah,
it's people. Not like, yeah. And so I found out a lot of artists offer classes, and so I started taking classes with some of these people that I looked up to, and was starting to learn knowledge from them on like how to make certain sounds, how to do this. I found access from different artists that would like give you project files so you could look at songs and how they created them, and like things like that off the internet. And so like I had a multitude of like options of how to learn, and next thing you know, I started making music and diving down this path of trying to create music where I still don't know music but just a little bit at this point now.
Well, you don't know the like what is it, like the I want to say standard, or so it's like the methodical or like the school book kind of music, like shit like by the book, but you know how to make sound and how it works and stuff.
There's some certain guidelines. Like music is subjective in that sense. Like there's a rule book to it, but it's not really a rule book. Like yes, they say you should do it this way, but it's just because that's the subjective way of how people think it sounds good. I feel like there's not like a true rule, like, oh, you have to do this, you know? It's all art. And so, yes, I really don't have that much of a background and knowledge in music theory, but, I make things work.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, because yours is so different, dude. And I can't imagine anybody, like, it's probably just a mix of so many things that have created what your sound is now, and that's why it's probably so hard, like you said earlier, to put it into a genre.
Yeah And that's kind of I focus more on the sound design side for my first couple of years and understanding the program that I'm using to make music, so I can like really dial those things in and kind of learn music theory on the way. I heard this saying from Subtronics one time. He was like, I don't know music theory at all, I just make music. And like I don't know, like something kind of just like, not necessarily like that's a good thing, but it kind of stuck with me at the time. Like I was like, all right, well, I'm going to learn how to make this sound. Yeah. And so I'm still learning it. I think that's like the one thing I want to focus heavily on now is the music theory side of things. I've started to I understand my programs very well.
Yeah.
That now it's just like, hey, all right, let's get down to the nitty gritty, the little fine things, tweak those and understand that. And I feel like I can be onto something that's really good.
Yeah, because it sounds like you're kind of taking that, the idea you're talking about, like if you put your whole heart into something like you do, and so this is the path that you're kind of taking to do that, is to like take a step back from just like doing shows all the time and like take a step back and like look at the actual music that you're making, rather than like you could go through and like pick stuff out and like make a show anytime, but you want to be able to make stuff to make your own show.
Yeah, because I mean, to me it's going to be way better in the end, because I'll be able to like actually hopefully help people in the way I want to, and be able to have music that has and put meaning but with it at the same time. So and that's what I want to do. Yeah, like I have a local rapper that I'm working with on a song. We haven't started it yet, but we've already talked a little bit about it. And like my first thing I told him was like, I don't want obscene things in my music. I don't want to talk about fucking strippers and doing cocaine off of a table. Like, yeah, that's cool and fine with me in music, but that's not what I want to portray. I want to have a message about whether it's like making your mind better, to helping people, to whatever, like love, something that has more of a positive message than that, per se. So and I feel like if I if I have more control over the music in that sense, I feel like my live settings will be better in that. And it's not necessarily about the live setting to me, it's more about the music that people can listen to on an everyday basis.
Like something that I can have in my pocket, like, and that's what I love about the stuff that you have on Spotify, is like, especially like Wave, like I know you don't like it, and all of them, it just sounds like you. Like I've seen you a couple of times in person, like I've seen your shows, and it's a fucking experience, man. Like it's unlike anything else, dude.
Definitely, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. You're one of my favorites. I've told you that before.
I appreciate it. Like the songs that I like, that I have, like the envisionment is like you'll be able to listen to it on an everyday basis, or like most of it, but at the same time when you listen to it on a live setting, it's gonna like blow you away at the same time. Like you can almost like hear the song in a different way, seeing it live, because that's one thing to me that stood out so much to music, is like you listen to a song on your your iPod, your iPhone, your speakers in your car or whatever, and you're like, oh, this song is dope, like I could listen to this all the time. And then it's like you hear that song live and you're like, holy shit, like I have a whole new appreciation for this song, because this is sick live in a live atmosphere. And so like that's really something I want to push for at the same time.
Yeah, like whenever fucking I saw Liquid Stranger at Backwoods and he released the Dragonhawks all over me, bro, and I was literally on Nick Rose's shoulders tripping nutsack, bro, like. And so it's like I'm on top of Nick, and like we're like swaying back and forth, and like it was just a lot, bro. I'd never seen no shit like that. I'd heard Dragonhawks before, but I'd never had it blasted in my face while I'm in that setting and stuff, dude. It's totally different.
Oh yeah, it really is. And I love that about live music. I mean, any genre of music, doesn't have to be just electronic music. It's the way that listening to it live on a huge sound system like that, it's another experience in the world
totally
that you can't explain.
Yeah. That's what, like, and I mean, it's the same thing akin to like watching baseball on TV, and then you go to a game. It's a totally different experience. Like you see NASCAR on TV, sucks ass, but you go to a race, which it's awesome. Exactly. So much better in person, these things. And like, I mean, music is one thing, like you can just have it in your pocket and listen to it, but like to fully experience it in person like that is just so choice, dude.
And I'm a person about experiences. Like experiences mean a lot to me. I'd rather go, instead of going to the beach and sitting there for 7 days, I'd rather go hike in the mountains, and go do something like that. That's more like of an experience than just sit on the beach. That's just me.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Yeah, and that's where I'm at too as well. But yeah. So I do want to ask. I was wondering about this earlier. So you were talking about the videography part of it. So when did that start, and is it still a thing, or
video side? I mean, I can't really video myself, unfortunately. I'm not cut out for a vlog style. I don't think I would want to do a vlog. I mean, maybe, but my idea of a vlog would mean I would need a lot of money. I love like car vlogs and exotic cars. That's like one thing I watch on instead of TV. I have a bunch of YouTube channels I watch and follow. I've always done that. It's kind of funny, but I definitely have a curated idea about if I did like a music video, or if I wanted to do, if I need like footage of myself or promotional stuff. I'm pretty good about understanding social media and how it works, and so I definitely will invest not as much right now, but I would definitely start investing a lot more here soon into like getting more B-roll for my social medias and stuff.
Oh,
so I've gotten some of it racked up, but I need to invest in a lot more. So I've been working with I have a videographer that I'm going to work with for a couple future events here soon. So
very cool. Yeah. So it's something you kind of need to outsource because you need to focus on your side of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were saying you make the like you're making the visuals for your songs, right?
Yeah. So that kind of stemmed from my YouTube channel as a kid, from the paintball side of stuff. Mm-hmm. I was making like intros back then with Cinema 4D, this 3D program, and this year I was like, I used to do that back then when I was like 14. Imagine how easy it will be for me to pick up now.
Yeah.
So I re-downloaded a program at Cinema 4D again, and realized that I needed a lot more external plugins that I just didn't want to invest in. So I found Blender, which is this free 3D program online that you can any of us can download, and just go to town with it. And I started that in January this year, and it's super easy.
Hell yeah!
I say super easy. It's super complex, but it's super easy because at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like something that you know how to do, but Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of additional things that can help, like that you can invest in, like the coloring and swatches of like different textures of things. Is like the way to make those. That doesn't make sense. I don't know how to explain it, but I still like don't get it to this day.
If anybody knows what you're talking about, then they got it,
Yeah, if you use Blender, you'll definitely understand.
Yeah, because you just flew right over my head, but I'm with it.
You can buy the thing is you can buy swatches and textures online, and so I'm doing that. I was able to understand it a little bit better, and with YouTube videos, to making like more complex like textures on like different trees, whatever it might be. And so got to learn how to do that, and started really like secretly putting together a bunch of visuals that I actually got to debut them on Sound Sanctuary last month.
Nice. Yeah.
And whatnot. So that was really cool to get those done. But I only have like 15 frames at the moment, or 15 different visuals, so you need about 55 to do a full hour.
Gotcha. I was about to ask, like, how much time does that actually equal?
I think it's about 55. I need to sit down with a visual artist, because I'm going to start investing not only like me making visuals. As much as I want to make all my own visuals, I have to invest in somebody else.
Yeah, if you want to focus on the music and stuff, you can't be doing everything. Yeah.
And visuals aren't cheap, because like, these artists, they work on them for hours on end, and so like I respect that, and it's just a money thing, because like I'm not gonna go and pay for something that's not up to the level of what I want.
Yeah.
And so
you have to put in the money to make it,
Yeah, and that's coming here real soon. I mean, I've got enough of stock from that I've been given, thankfully, from a couple particular visual VJs. It's not their own work, but it's stuff that they've acquired over time that they thought would fit my thing. And so I've got something for now to go with my visuals. And of course, it also leaves plenty of room for whoever is the visual artist to have their own creativity at the moment. So
yeah,
that's kind of how the visual side's going at the moment. I'm excited to see where it can go, because I have an idea of how I want it to be. It's just it's a money thing at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wow. Dude, that's so crazy, dude. Like I'm about to do the screen share with you, and I just want to go to your let me go back to entire screen. So let's go back there. share that. Sorry, guys, we're getting really meta with you here while I try and figure this shit out. Because this is my first time actually doing this part on this. So let's go. I want to pull up Spotify, and I'd like to just kind of check out your page on here. And this is definitely mostly for like the video, but if you wouldn't mind if I can play a little section of your stuff just for the people here. And my shit is just running super slow as well, so that's really cool. I love that. I got fucking, what is that, Mac Miller? I got Surf on right now.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
That's actually one of the songs that I put Osi to sleep with. She fucking loves it, dude.
No kidding.
Yeah. Spaceballs came up.
That's funny.
So if you had to pick one, which one would you go with here?
Bring Me Back. It's my least popular song, and it's my favorite of the four.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about it earlier. I released this back in January or February this year, and it didn't get a lot of plays on SoundCloud or Spotify. However, I feel like it was one of my favorite songs. It might not be completely like correct per se, but like I don't know, it has the most meaning to me.
Yeah.
It's Milky Way would be like a very close second on that one. Yeah. I really like both of the songs. In that sense, I just haven't played either of them in a while. Milky Way is a really slow song, and Bring Me Back, I didn't think about mixing it in the sense of like playing it live, so it's a kind of hard song to play live.
Yeah, and so this is a song that you produced completely from start to finish?
The vocals aren't obviously not me, but
right.
Yeah, I completely did this by myself.
Okay.
And I mastered it myself as well, which all the other songs have been mastered by somebody else, but this one. Oh, I take it back. I had mastered Liquid World as well. But.
Oh, dope. Okay, so you're a master. All right, so let's check out this "Bring Me Back" real quick. And yeah, we can talk about it throughout if you're feeling it.
Yeah, definitely. I can't hear it on my side.
Oh, for real?
No.
Damn it. Okay, well, it looks like it's just for us. You can kind of see where it's at, though, I guess, right? Let me pull this up full screen so we can see this picture.
So Bring Me Back. I'll wait. Let you know kind of my idea on it.
You're good. Do you know where the drops and stuff are just by the time?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh, okay. Sounds like we're building right now. About to go down right now, bro. So who is that singing right now?
I have no idea. It's a sample off of a website called Slides, so you can get a lot of samples, like vocal samples, different drum samples, different things like that. Kind of like a lot of artists use it throughout all genres, but they're all royalty free, like vocals, things like that. So it's stuff that you can use. The vocals have probably been used 1,000 times.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's going down right now, dude. Oh, okay. So I thought we were in the drop, and then it dropped.
It's the second drop. Are you on? Aren't you?
Where am I at right now? Hold on. So I'm at 3 minutes. I think we are at the second drop, yeah.
Do you remember when?
Alright, I'm not going to let you guys hear the entire song because I want you to go look up Bring Me Back by SpaceBass on Spotify and SoundCloud as well.
Yep.
Nice.
SoundCloud or Spotify. Definitely trying to get my Spotify listeners up. My SoundCloud has a lot more active plays. Like, I should actually pass my total amount of plays from last year tomorrow on SoundCloud. So I did 30. I had 30,000 plays last year, and so I should pass that to like today or tomorrow.
Oh, that's big. That's pretty big numbers, actually.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
And that was only with 2 songs and like 2 mixes released last year, and I've only released 3 songs this year.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've technically passed that number because it doesn't have my collab numbers right now. So hey, we're there. Or the label release included in there, so I technically have already passed it. So
My boy, okay, yeah. So you're building over here, dude. I love it. Dude, that got me all amped up, dude. Dude, that was nice, man. I'm glad we did that. Sucks that you couldn't hear it.
I know. I would that way. I kind of know where you guys were at in it. That song had a lot of meaning in it because it kind of was. When I originally was writing the idea, I was kind of thinking back to when I went to Wakaan and everything, and the whole idea to me, and the lyrics kind of follow it but kind of don't, was bring me back to like reality. Like, not only did my girlfriend help that, but like the whole situation, like bring me back to like being normal and feeling right and feeling like I
kind of being you again, you know?
Yeah, and definitely the lyrics kind of follow that gist, but like that's kind of the whole idea that I had going into it, and it kind of evolved into what it is now. So
yeah, that's a dope song, bro. Yeah,
thank you,
dude. I love your sound. It's so wonky, but also, I don't know, it feels really clean and crisp at the same time, you know? Yeah, that's good shit, man. Yeah, I really fuck with that, bro. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to bring that to the people right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought it to the people, man.
I'm trying.
Yeah. So I think we've kind of covered, you know, as far as like kind of the build here for the most part. So just over the last couple of years, like what have you been doing, and like what has been the direction for SpaceBass here lately?
You know, I keep learning right now. I've spent last year like just writing tracks over and over again, whether they were good or not. And my idea was I write 20 songs last year. I put my goal at 20 for the year, and I ended up doing I think 18 or 19. So I didn't quite get my goal by the end of the year. And I really probably would have, but I focused so much at the end of the year on putting this mix together that I spent a whole month and a half of not really like refining what I had instead of like writing something new.
Gotcha.
So I probably would have, but I was trying to do something cool, and I kind of rushed
does
that.
the mix count as the 19th or 20th?
No, because I want it to be like an actual song that I could release, because Spotify won't take mixes and you can't monetize stuff like that. Yeah. Not that that matters, but it helps. Yeah. But so
you were playing shows last year, though, right?
Yeah, I was playing shows like crazy.
Yeah, how many, like, so, I don't, like, so how many, or, like, where were you doing them, and, like, what were your biggest, like, what's...
Mainly in Arkansas last year, but I got my first out-of-state show, my first big booking, like, opening for artists.
Yeah.
First big music festival appearance.
Which one was that?
Technically, it would be Dance Fest for me.
Yeah.
Came full circle and ended up winning the Road to Dance Fest.
What?
Not this year, but the year before.
Yeah.
And so I had full circle, came back and won it up here in Fayetteville.
So you lost. So you came in dead last the first time, you said, right?
Dead last or next to last?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
One of the two still, and then came back and ended up winning it here in Fayetteville.
Fuck
yeah, and everybody voted for me, so that was cool. And then, so I'd say Dance Fest, that was probably the big thing. I mean, first big show, I opened for Mystic Grizzly in Tulsa,
Nice.
which was really cool at a venue that's it's no longer there.
Oh,
And then I got to play in Kansas for my first time, Kansas City. I played at George's, which is the biggest, like, pretty much the main venue, in Arkansas. It's expanding now, thankfully, here, but that was kind of the place to go for concert, like electronic. And I think I opened for like artists like as direct support like 3 or 4 times last year there,
Nice.
which is really cool. Almost the point where it was too many times, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because as the year was going, I was starting to think about it. I was like, man, I'm just like oversaturating myself in this area. It'd be different if I'm traveling to all these different states and playing, but unfortunately I'm just playing a lot of like regional shows, generally like
Same
Arkansas
people
based,
kind of deal.
and you know, like they're a big part of my crowd, but they're not my main. That's not the main people that listen to my music, is people from Arkansas. That's the funny thing. Like,
Really?
I get way more people in Dallas, Colorado, Chicago that view my music like way more. That's where all my plays come from. Yeah. And 2, I just didn't want to be known as a local DJ. Like, that's not what I want to do. Like,
That's where
no
you
offense to anybody wants to do. It's like, that's not where I want to end up. Mm-hmm. And every bigger artist has told me, like, you have to stop taking, like, all these local shows. Like, that's the one piece of advice I got told. And it makes sense. So, kind of slowed that down. You know, be more picky with it and be able to provide a more unique experience is sought after. And that's ultimately like what you want, is like people to want to see you play live. It's not,
I can see you every weekend at George's or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to go to OKC or something, or maybe up to like Kansas City, or maybe even have to fly out somewhere, you know, like have to really put in some work to go see you.
Yeah. So, and I feel like it's, you know, been for a good, and people in the local scene understand it and stuff, and all support me for that, and it's awesome to see all the homies, you know, still give me as much love. And they had, like, I stopped kind of going out this year. Like, I don't party hardly at all, unless it's like a big show from one of the homies, like they're opening at George's. Like, I'll try my best to go out and support them at something like that or whatnot, and, you know, try to do my best to be still a part of the community without being there all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And it's hard because I've slowly kind of dwelled my way into where I'm a hermit. I don't like leaving home anymore. Like, I like staying on my computer and making music.
Sometimes you gotta get out there in the shit, man.
Oh yeah. You definitely do. So
yeah, well, that's dope, dude. So like You had your first couple of, like, out of state shows, your first festival, so your first, like, bigger festival, I guess, and then, so what's the plan from here? So what, like, do you have shows coming up, or? I've
got a couple, so I'm opening for a good homie, Dalton Richmond. We're going to be playing at George's this weekend.
Is that his
that'll be
real name, or is it DJ name?
Both.
What? That's what's up. Okay.
So I think what happened was his old DJ name got, like, somebody hit him with like a cease and desist because they copyrighted it.
Oh wow.
Man, sorry, I've got this horrible cough.
You're good, bro. Yeah, we're all smokers over here.
For real. And so he ended up having to stay with that name, if that's what I remember. He just ended up picking his normal name, ran with it. I wish I had a cool name like that. Yeah. I know, right? But I think this will be my first time playing in Fayetteville. I want to say all year,
really?
But I might be wrong.
We're coming up on
I take that back. I played the first show back at George's this year.
Oh, nice.
So I haven't played it in Fayetteville since the start of the year. I've played in Arkansas, but I haven't played in Fayetteville in particular. Mm-hmm. And I find when I play in Fayetteville, it brings a lot more people than if I'm like 30 minutes up the road. It's weird, but
yeah. No, that's definitely a thing, dude. Yeah, if they have to put in, like, they have to go somewhere that's not right around the corner, you know.
Nobody likes drinking and driving, so it is what it is.
That's a huge part of it.
I'm stoked for that. I definitely will have that.
Wait, so where was that, you said?
It's going to be at George's Majestic Lounge.
What days? You know,
Sunday.
This
It'll be
Sunday.
it's this Sunday. We did a really late promotion on it. He hit me up, I think, while I was in Dallas with you, and asked me to play. So it's kind of sucks that it's this soon, but hey, it is what it is.
Damn, this episode isn't even gonna air by then, bro.
It is what it is.
This time he has just played at George's over in Fayetteville on Sunday. This is probably Tuesday. Like the 30th, probably, I would say. So you're playing like the 28th over there. And then after that, what do you got going on?
I'll be back at Dance Fest this year, so instead of winning a competition, I got booked from them this year actually to just play.
Nice.
Like they reached out to me. So Dance Fest is the start of September. I'm gonna be at Wakaan this year, not playing, but
yeah, you're going to Wakaan. Yeah.
If they actually somebody somehow sneaks in a sound camp, you never know. I might throw down.
They always do, bro. I remember Clayto's sound camp at fucking
at Backwoods.
At Backwoods, bro. Oh my god! Whenever everything got shut down and they set everything up out in the parking lot or like in the tents, bro. That was a vibe, bro.
Yeah,
wow,
we'll see. Wakaan is really strict about sound camps because Liquor Strangers does not want that. Really? He wants people to focus on the music he's providing instead of other people coming in. So, who knows? But
yeah,
for actual shows I'm playing, there's that, and that's the only thing that I've announced. I think.
Yeah.
I want to say at the moment. I have some other things like
that you can't really talk about, right?
Yeah, I have a couple bucket list things coming up that are going to be insane.
Yeah.
That I can't wait to announce. So that's going to be really cool.
I mean,
I've got some
if you can drop anything on here, I mean, we don't have like that many viewers and shit, so like unless it's like copyright or anything like that,
I'm just not trying to get kicked off these festivals lineups.
Oh, dope. Okay, bet. Yeah. So, all right, fuck it. We won't talk about it.
That's as close that's as much as you get to know. But there's I get to play at a venue that it's going to be a full circle kind of moment.
Well, that's what's up, dude. Okay, so if you want to know more, all you're going to have to do is go follow my boy SpaceBass, and that's at SpaceBass Official on Instagram, right?
Yep.
Do you have a website up or anything?
No, but if you click on my profile, there'll be a link tree in my links, and you can access Facebook, so all my socials via that.
Nice.
And it'll have my SoundCloud, Spotify, easy access to everything. So, and merchandise coming soon. That's one thing I've been working on too, is trying to design some new fall merch as well. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling on that ASAP.
Yeah, well, I remember I still wear that fucking that shirt that you got me.
It's time to do another round.
Yeah,
I need hoodies. We're trying to get
definitely
hoodies
gonna
going.
need hoodies, bro. Yeah,
beanies, hats. I've just the trial and error finding, because I have a very specific idea for these hats. If I can find the right hat, because I want something with a pattern on the bill, kind of like this Grizz hat.
Oh,
now it has a pattern on it. I'm trying to do a space pattern on the bill, top and bottom.
Nice.
It's just a matter of finding this hat, and I've gotten some, but it's not on top and bottom.
It doesn't cost like fucking $80 for a hat. Like,
yes and no. Like, if it's going to be good quality, I don't mind charging more. If people will understand, it's going to be better quality. So
yeah, okay, I see. Yeah.
Because
if you can do everything you want with it, and it's a good hat, then yeah.
Yeah, same with all of the stuff. Like, I know what hoodie. I've already secured the hoodie, the actual hoodie brand and everything that I'm going to use, and then stuff. So it's just a matter of getting it all made. Because the last people I sent the artwork off to last year, they never made my samples, so I was pissed.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I stayed on top of them, and they still never made it, so I was just whatever.
Yeah, no, I've run into that as well, yeah.
It's not their fault. It wasn't their fault. They're a smaller company, and they were growing like crazy, so I can't blame them, because I was a very small fish in their pond. But
I mean, damn, bro, it'd be cool,
I know, that's what I was saying.
All right, so we have couple of shows coming up. You're going to be at George's on Sunday, which this won't air by then, but so you will have been at George's then, and then you have a couple of other shows coming up. Get at SpaceBass Official. Check out the link tree to find everything that you could possibly want. There's going to be some merch coming out. He's going to have shows going on, bro, and just check out all this stuff on Spotify and SoundCloud, dude. Like,
yeah, my debut EP will be coming out this year. At the end of the year, I'll have a bunch of new music starting to drop soon. So
nice. Do you have any dates on that, or?
You should be looking at, like, I don't have an exact date for this next song, but it should be like September 27th to 30th, somewhere. Yeah. You know what? We'll tell people right now that we're going to force this to happen.
Yeah, okay, bet, yeah.
All right, so, should it be a Wednesday or a Friday? It's the question.
Ooh. For music, maybe a Friday.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I might do it Wednesday this time, because I'm trying different things for analytics.
Just play with it and see what goes on, yeah.
See what Fridays are great, but sometimes Fridays get oversaturated because all the other artists are posting
Everybody's
music.
doing it on Friday, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna try Wednesday the 28th this time.
Okay, September 28th.
So my next track,
new EP
coming out. Nope, just one song.
Oh, okay.
EP will be in December.
I don't even know what EP means, so I don't know why the fuck I said that.
EP is like a shorter album, so it's usually like anywhere from like most like hip hop artists and other genres do like 6 songs, what they call like a half album or EP. People are doing smaller ones now, like 2 to 3 songs. This will be 3 or 4 songs. I haven't decided on the 4th song yet.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. So there's going to be a nice little drop, because I mean, on Spotify you only have a couple. You only have like 4 or 5. 4 is it now?
Yeah. If all goes well, the plan is to have a song every month from September, October, November, and then drop my EP leading up to it.
That's what's up. Okay, so we're about to have a lot of new SpaceBass out. I'm super here for it, bro, and I cannot wait for you to come down to Dallas to get some shows going on, bro. As soon as that happens, I'm there, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We had something that was supposed to happen in San Antonio this year, but it fell through at the end of in June, so it happens. But
yeah. Well, there'll be plenty more. But
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, bro, and I think we've gone through a lot of it, dude. I think we're definitely going to have you back on once we get a little bit further down the road, get a little bit more music to talk about, a little bit more experiences, you know, and
absolutely.
Back,
I mean, even I'm definitely down, because who knows, even in a whole year where this could go. I'm super grateful for the support everybody's given me so far. And great words, because I mean, without you guys, it wouldn't be possible to even be where I'm at now. So like, I'll give all my thanks to everybody that supported me this far in this journey.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love that, dude, because that's how it felt whenever I went to your shows. It felt like you were connecting with us at the same time, like you were playing off of us, you know. So it was always a good time seeing you play, man. And I love your music, and I'm so ready to have more, and I'm so ready to see some more shows, bro.
Same. Yeah. It's just due time.
Yeah, absolutely. You put in your work. I'll put in my work over here on this end. We'll both meet back up whenever we're full professionals, and we'll get the thing going, bro.
Man, you've been putting in the work, and like props to you on everything you've been doing, because like what you do is a whole job and a half itself, it seems like, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that.
It's at least another half a job, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like watched how much time and effort you put into it, and props to you. I know I haven't gotten to really say that to you, but like, man, it's really impressive and awesome what you're doing.
Man. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that I could have you on, bro. And the next one, we're doing it in person. It's happening, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. After a show, maybe we'll hit a green room or something.
Oh yeah. I'm so down. We gotta still kind of do that one concept after a concert one.
Oh, definitely, dude. The original Life of Detours idea, bro. Yeah.
We might have to maybe look at a little insert down the road of something like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay, bet. Yeah, we'll get in touch. I'll get in touch with your people. You can get in touch with my people, which is me, you know. So.
Same, just me. So.
Just me. Okay, so we'll talk about it and we'll figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so before we hop off, I guess I'll just say fucking thank you to all of you guys for fucking hanging out with us, and I do want to do a little shout out to the Dino Company is my first sponsor on the podcast, and to Lady Kristen, who's been taking care of the baby and fucking just being the coolest that she's ever been, bro, and like just everybody that's out here supporting me, man, and you just out here fucking making music, making people's lives better, bro.
Thank you.
Absolutely, bro. So we'll hop off here, and we'll talk a little bit, and then I'll let you go to bed, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it. It's been a long day.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. All right, bye, guys.
See ya.